Hello, everybody. Well, here we are, hopefully thawed out. I don't know about you, but I got up this morning to watch the news, and that little furry rodent up in Poxitawney, Pennsylvania, saw his doggone shadow. So, I would imagine there are a lot of people having groundhog stew tonight for dinner. Anyway, we'll grin and bear it, and we'll get through the best that we can. I want to thank you. I heard about all the things that you guys did last Tuesday to make dismissal as smooth as possible, and I can't say enough appreciation about your flexibility and your professionalism and just willingness to go the extra mile to make sure things are okay for our students and for each other. So this week, you see the title, I've just called it the Mulligan week because I believe that's in golf what they term a do-over, and that's basically what this week's schedule looks like. So let's take a real quick look at it. First of all, coming out, I'm here tomorrow on Monday, but on Tuesday I'm out of the building doing cognitive coaching training, and then on Wednesday is our Apple Distinguished School Day. So that means that afternoon we're going to have our VIP visitors from Apple. These are people that they're trying to convince to go to one-to-one deployment. We'll have a bunch of people in to tour the classrooms from roughly, I know it says 1, we'll wait until the beginning of third period, so we'll be touring classes roughly 1:30 to 3 or third period on Wednesday, and then we'll do a Q&A with them about technology. And even as I was just talking, I realized we were going to do early release schedule Wednesday so that we could have our hour of code. So I'll adjust their schedule in terms of when we have them in classrooms, but just know Wednesday afternoon, that block right from 1 o'clock until about 3 o'clock, we could pop into your class. So it's the same procedure as normal. If you're doing something not particularly tour worthy, feel free to put a note on the door just saying testing or do not disturb or something like that, and we'll bypass you. On the flip side, if you're doing something that would be of interest to people who are thinking about one-to-one deployment, please be sure and let us know so we can be sure to include you. We haven't been given a list of visitors yet. I don't know how many there will be. I don't know if it'll be one group or two yet. And apparently the system is wanting some positive press, so they were asking questions about what media outlets we had notified. So chances are you'll have either print or TV show up on the tours as well. And then that night at the board meeting at 5 o'clock in the City County building is when we will be issued our new banner for the next 3 years, because they've made Apple School of Distinction now a 3-year designation, but we'll get our official plaque and banner to hang up in the office at the school board meeting, and I'm hoping it goes better than the last school board meeting that Jason and Tim and I had to attend to receive accolades for our school. It was the first meeting or first time that the teachers had come out in force to address our school board. Any of you are welcome to join us at the board meeting that night at 5 o'clock. It is certainly not required, but I do want to extend the invitation because it's not us, it's your work that they're honoring. So just keeping aware of what's going on. Thursday and Friday, Jason will be out of the building. On Friday morning, another group will be in here. They won't tour the school, but just know that we've got somebody from the mayor's office, one of the county commissioners, Sam McKenzie, who serves on our advisory board, Dean of Engineering for UT, Dean of Education for UT, and some business partners will be in the building. This will be early in the morning, like 8:30 to 9:30. We'll be meeting in the war room, but it's our school's advisory board, and these are important partners in our work, and I just wanted to let you know that they'll be around. Then Friday afternoon, the state has hired a new director for personalized learning environments at the state level, and he's coming to take a look at what we do, and so that's a one-on-one kind of tour. So again, don't be surprised if I don't stick my head in your door and have a visitor in tow. So that's just a heads up. Now, all of that being said, and the next bullet says tentative because we were scheduled to give the mandatory writing assessment for 11th graders tomorrow, Monday, in L3 and L4. But with last week's snow, they have changed the dates of the testing window. And I know Sarah is going Monday afternoon to find out exactly what changes they're making, but the last email that was sent, they're leaving the window open from February 4th through the 14th. We already had a schedule worked out that hit classes L3 and L4, so I didn't want to, throw out the baby with the bathwater, so we're going to still keep it on an L day to utilize our prior work. If we do Friday, that's still within the testing window, and I knew Wednesday we would have all those people in the building for Apple, so I didn't want to do it then. So right now, we're thinking that the writing assessment will be Friday, and even if you don't teach juniors, chances are this will affect you because we're having to move some classes around in order to meet the testing requirements. So you can check back at an email that Sarah sent you guys last week, and we'll be sending out some more in writing just as soon as we firm it up. But again, she doesn't go for the training until Monday afternoon. So just keep in mind that Friday afternoon, you might not have your regular classes in the room you're used to. Other than that, looking ahead, other than if you look at the European computer models for weather, within the next 10 days, we're due to get a storm that will rival the blizzard of '93, if you believe in that kind of thing. So I'm just saying, we all know that the weather in East Tennessee is unpredictable, and we'll just go with the flow, won't we? But unless we're told by the system that they're moving deadlines for things like grading periods, the first 4.5 weeks of the second semester technically ends this Friday, February 7th. That means your grades will be due on Monday, February 10th at 4:01 p.m. We'll pull them off the computer, and we'll be sending progress reports home, and these will be distributed through advisory the next day. Don't forget to put down next Tuesday, February 11th from 6 to 8 p.m., our last showcase of the year. Be lining up students. This showcase is specifically for prospective students and their parents. It's 1 week before the deadline for the transfer window. So this is all about showing off and convincing people why they want to send their kids here. Be sure and be lining up students to make the case for you. And you want to be sure and be checking with your colleagues so that we're not all asking the same group of kids. Wednesday, February 12th will be our first early release schedule for this semester. We'll follow that class schedule, and we'll have a faculty meeting that afternoon. Thursday, February 13th, we'll have, I think it's about 40 kids that will be out on a field trip to KUB. This is something Jason does. The KUB is one of our partners, and I'm not sure we've identified exactly the students yet, but we will as quick as we can at the beginning of this week, so you know if it impacts any of your classes or not. And then just in case anybody asks you, or if you're interested in joining us, our Student Space Flight Exploration Program will kick off with a community event here at the L&N from 10 a.m. till noon on Saturday, February 15th. We're scheduled to have a speaker from NASA. We're scheduled to have a portable planetarium, and just let people know about this contest where we're going to be sending an experiment designed by a Knox County student to the International Space Station next September. A couple things to keep on the back burner in your head. You need to be contacting parents about student progress as we're making contact, especially with those students that are on the short list for transfer revocation. One of the things that we're hearing over and over is, I haven't heard anything from my child's teachers about this. I know, I've been there, I really do understand, and it really should be their responsibility to contact you, and that has been the first reply when parents say that. I know I and the others that have been contacting them, we've all been coming back to them with, well, have you reached out to the teacher? Have you emailed? Have you tried calling the office? Help us out and head it off at the pass. Contact parents. Email's fine to start out with. If you don't have an email or you don't get a response from the email, please take the time to call during plan period or before you leave school, so it's got the school's number on the caller ID, and leave a voicemail for them. But just let them know you're trying to get hold of them, that you have concerns. Don't let them get caught by surprise, because it's hard for us to defend that. I know you're working as hard as you can, and we've got your back, but we need you to help us. So some opportunities coming up for you to shine. Not everybody in the world can be shuttled through here on live tours, although it feels like we have this fall and spring, I know already. There's a UT professor who's doing some research on how teachers are effectively using whiteboards in their classrooms, specifically the interactive features. So if you've got something going on where the kids are interacting with the whiteboard, and this could be a mixture of them using AirPlay from their iPad or actually physically being at the whiteboard, please let me know. And they want to send a film crew to interview you. They'll talk to you a little bit to see if you want to be videotaped in class, but it's mostly an interview of you. And then, and that's as soon as possible. And then secondly, I'm teaching in the Ohio STEM Learning Network's STEM Leadership Academy, and we meet again on February 27th, and I need somebody to let me videotape one class period with you, and then the group that I'm working with, we're especially looking at problem-based learning opportunities and how to set up that kind of active, engaging, inquiry-based lessons. And I'd like to be able to videotape a class, and then on the 27th I'll be teaching them in Nashville, and we'll arrange for you to Skype in to debrief the tape with the class. So if anybody's interested in letting me highlight you like that, please let me know. And then it's that time again, folks. Time to start thinking, if you're going to have students do any summer reading, it's time to start thinking about what you want to require them to read, and we have to complete that placemat review. If you don't know where to find the placemat, not sure how to fill it out, Tressie Norton can help you out with that. It's just basically the CYA piece that the system put in place to answer the school board questions and concerns about what we're asking students to read. Now, you know me, I will fight the fight, and I don't want to shy away and not have summer reading. I think it's important for us to have a grade level reading that we can come back to and use in general terms, things that help to elaborate and expand on the experiences they've had across the board in our school, I think are crucial. And likewise, I know I don't have to do a placemat review on it, but just as much thought goes in on the administrative team part on what we have you as a faculty read over the summer. So it's our opportunity for that growth to happen on their own time, and those reading assignments that can really help make them ask the questions that help them get more out of their school experience here. So the administrative piece is just be thinking about anything that you might want to place on that list, and then let's make sure we have the paperwork submitted properly. And if you introduced a new class last year and you want to continue to offer it next year, or if you want to write a new class for next year, keep in mind that the deadline to have it into our local central office is it's March the 1st, but I would shoot for the week before that to give the supervisor time, the content supervisor, to read it, ask questions, and get all our ducks in a row before it has to go to the school board for approval. If you need any help on that, contact me. I'm happy to walk you through the process. It's really not as laborious as it sounds. As always, I am so appreciative of the people that I work with, how I can count on you guys. It's like somebody was asking me about the school running when I wasn't there, and I was like, you guys are just proof that great schools run very effectively when the principal isn't there, proving once and for all that principals really are not necessary in most cases. I'm excited for our meeting on February 12th. I learned lots of great things at the conference I was at last week, and I can't wait to try them out with you. So I hope you stayed warm. I hope you stayed safe. I hope your cars and other properties didn't suffer anything in the cold and the snow, and I look forward to seeing everybody back at school Monday morning. Have a good time watching the Super Bowl tonight. Have a good week. Bye.